Q is also an ordered collection of elements. We can insert an element and we can delete an element based on the priority, whether we want to add an element or we want to delete an element. That can be takes place by making use of this particular type of queue called priority queue. Mainly in order to maintain the CPU's time, we are going to have some of the scheduling algorithms. For that purpose also we are going to use this queue concept. Warm welcome to one and all. Welcome back to the session 8 and 4th chapter, that is data structure. I am Rohini TS from the Department of Computer Science, Vidyashram Pre University College, Mysuru. So in the previous session of this chapter, we learned about what? Arithmetic expression. So it can be what? Infix expression, postfix and prefix expression. Then also I have discussed about the conversions from infix to postfix and postfix to prefix, something like that we have done with the conversions of all the kinds of expression. And also I have discussed about how we are going to evaluate a postfix expression. Okay, so in our today's session we are going to learn a new concept called Q. So in our today's session we are going to learn about what you mean by Q. So that means what? The basic terminologies of queues that you have to get to know. Then we are going to learn about the types of queue. Then what are the categories of queues we have and what are the operations that we can perform on the queue that is related to what? Operations of queue. And also we are going to learn with memory representation of a queue using arrays. So how we are going to represent the queue concept by making use of arrays in the memory. So that is what? The memory representation of a queue using arrays. And also we are going to learn about an algorithm for inserting an element into the queue. That is what we are going to call that as NQ. So there we are going to learn about the algorithm and algorithm for the deletion. That is what we call that as DQ. So that is what? Removing of an element from the queue. Then I am going to discuss what are the applications of queue, where and all we are going to use the queue concept. So this will be my today's session's content. So let me get into the today's session, that is regarding what? About queue. Already you all are familiar with stack concept, right? So that follows what? Last in, first out. So which element has been inserted at last, that will going to be removed first. Last in, first out. That is what the mechanism that we are going to follow in the stack. And how the insertion and deletion will going to happen in stack? That is what? Inserting an element and deleting an element from the stack will going to be takes place at the same end. We are going to call that as a top of a stack. But here we have a different thing in the queue. That is what? Here queue is also an ordered collection of elements. We can insert an element and we can delete an element, but not from the same end. We are going to insert an element from one end. We are going to call that end as a rear end. And we are going to delete an element from another end. That existing end we are going to call that as what? Front end. Okay, so when we are inserting an element into the queue, then that end is called as rear end. So when we are deleting an element from the queue, that end will be called as front end. Okay, so that is what definition of a queue. It is an ordered collection of elements. Insertion and deletion will going to take place at a different end. Insertion will going to take place at rear end and deletion will going to take place at front end. And then which mechanism it will going to follow? It will going to follow first in, first out. That is what we can call that as FIFO. Okay, so how it will going to work with first in, first out? So which element has been inserted first, that will going to be deleted first. Okay, so the most recently added element will be deleted in the stack, but in the queue the least recently added, that means what? Which is the old one, that will going to be removed first. That is what the first in, first out mechanism that we are going to follow in the queues. Okay, so in the queue only two operations can be possible. That means what? Inserting an element and deleting an element. So when we are inserting an element into the queue, then that operation will be called as what? NQ. So NQ is nothing but what? Inserting an item into the queue. From which end we are going to insert? That is from the rear end. Then we have one more operation, that is DQ. So DQ is nothing but what? Removing of an element which is from the front end or front items that we are going to remove or delete, that operation will going to called as what? DQ. Okay. So here you can see that here we have a ordered collection of elements. Okay, so I can take the value as 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay, and index starts from 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So totally we have 5 elements and index starts with 0 and ends with n minus 1. So that it becomes 4 now. So when we are going to add an element, from which end we are going to add an element? That is from the rear end. Okay, so this end is called as rear end, that is NQ. We are inserting an element. What if I want to delete an element from the queue? Then that is what? Front end, that will going to remove an element. So 10 will going to come out. Why? Because first in, first out. Which element has been inserted first, that will going to come out first. Okay, so here you can see we have 5 items, item 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So this indicates the front end. So that means what? First in, first out. So this is the first element that has been inserted first. If I want to remove it, we have to go with front end. So that remove will going to be happen with front end. So this will going to indicate the least recently added element. That is what? Which is first inserted, that will going to be deleted first. So that it will going to indicate the front. And if I want to add a new item at this end, then this become what? Rear end. Okay, this is the difference between the stack and queue, how we are going to insert and how we are going to delete. Okay, so now you can see the types of queues. What are the types of queues we have? So we have 4 types of queues. That is what? We have simple queues. So simple queue, and we have circular queue, then priority queue, then we have DQ. So DQ is not what? Regarding deleting an element. Okay, DQ is nothing but what here? That represent double-ended queue. So it has double ends. So I will let you know what and all about all these types of queues. So totally we have 4 kinds of queue: simple queue, circular queue, priority queue, and we have double-ended queue. Okay, so now we'll see the simple queue now. So now you know the methodology or mechanism of the queue, how it will going to insert and how it will going to delete, right? So front end is used to delete and rear end is used to insert an element. So when it comes to the first type of a queue, that is what? Simple queue. So simple queue is nothing but here we are going to insert, or insertion will going to be occur at the rear end. So it has only 2 ends, that is what? Rear end and front end. Rear end is used to insert an element into the queue. Simple. Okay, simple queue in the sense only 2 ends, rear and front. So rear end is used to meant for what? Inserting an element into the queue, and front end is related to delete an element from that queue. Okay, so here what? Simple queue insertion will going to be occurs at rear end, and the deletion will going to occurs at a front end of a list. Okay, so here you can see that I have how many elements? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let me mark the address: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. I can store 6 elements here, but we have filled only 4 elements. That means what? We can accommodate another 2 elements into this queue. Okay, so here as we all know that front end is used to delete an element which is inserted first. And if you want to insert a new element into the queue, then we have to go with an end called rear end. So that this indicates the rear end. That indicates the rear end, which is what? We have recently added this D. Okay, and which is least recently added, that means which is first added, that is A. So if I want to delete an element, then I have to specify that as a front end. So this will come out of the list, or it will come out of the queue. So if I want to insert a new element to 0 or 5 location, then I have to increment this rear pointer by 1. Then now rear will going to be point here. Then I can insert E. Okay, so here what it is indicating, front is equal to 1. What is the location of this front? That is 1 here, and rear end is this 4. Location is 4. Okay, so simpler queue or a simple queue, insertion will going to take place in the rear end and deletion will going to take place in the front end. Okay, so this is regarding simple queue. So we'll see the circular queue. As the name indicates, circular. So circular in the sense what? First element or a last element will going to be continued with the first element. So we'll see now circular queue is a queue in which all the nodes are treated as a circular. Every nodes will be treated as circular. But here in the simple queue, it will be treated as a list. Right? One element, after that we have one more element. But here in circular queue, every element will be in the circular format. That is what? It will be in the circular such that last node follows the first node. So which is the last node here? This 8. That will going to follow the first node. Okay. It will be in the circular path. Okay. Last element will going to follow the first element of that particular queue. Okay, so here 0 to 8, that means what? I can have 9 elements in this queue, but we have accommodate only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 elements, right? So here rear end is mainly meant to insert an element. So we are inserting an element. If I want to delete any of the element, then that has to be happened with front end. Okay, so here D, E, A, B, C and F are the elements of a queue. So it will be in the circular path. Front end will going to indicate the insertion of an element into the queue, and front end will going to indicate the deleting or removing of an element from that queue. Okay, so here you can see that this indicates the front end. That means what? Which is least recently added. That is first element which has been added to the circular queue 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So we have space of adding another 3 elements. We can add another 3 elements. If I want to add, from which end we have to add? That is by making use of rear end. If I increment the pointer of this rear end by 1, then it will going to indicate it to the location 5. So now I can add an element called 60. I can increment by 1, then I can add an element called 70. If I increment the rear by 1, it will going to locate here, and I can add an element called 80. I am going to delete this front element, that is 10 will be removed. Then this will be incremented by 1. Then now it going to pointed here, 20 will going to be removed. So in this way or in the circular format, it will going to takes place. Okay, so what is the next one? That is what? Priority queue. Okay, as the name indicates priority, some priority will be there, right? To what? So priority queue is a queue that contains an item that has some present priority. An item can be added or deleted or removed by giving the position. That can be depends on some of the priority. So priority, based on the priority, whether we want to add an element or we want to delete an element, that can be takes place by making use of this particular type of queue called priority queue. For example, here I have created one queue. Okay, so let me take 0, 1, 2. So values are 10, 20, 30. Okay, so I'm going to give my priority for the front as 2. So now I can directly delete an element 30 which is in the position 2. Why? Because I'm specifying its priority. If I going to give R is equal to 1, I can add a new element in the rear position called 1, that is what? This position. Okay, so based on some priority, we are going to insert an element or we can also delete an element. That is what will going to happen in priority queue. You can see here we have a priority queue and these are the elements, and insertion and deletion, that is NQ and DQ, can be happen anywhere or any location in the queue. Okay, so there is no restriction over the position that has to be in the standard format. So we can give our priority. Based on that, it will going to insert or a delete. Okay, so next, what is the next type? That is what? DQ. This is nothing but what? Double-ended queue. So doubly-ended queue. So that is also known as what? DQ. So it is a queue in which insertion and deletion will going to take place at the both ends. Which is the both ends here? So that both ends represents rear end and front end. Okay. So I can add an element and I can delete an element by using this front end, or else I can add an element, I can delete an element by using another end called rear end. Okay, so this is one of the queue. So here we have a front end. Front end is mainly used to delete and rear end is used to insert an element. But when we are using this doubly queue or a double-ended queue, at the time insertion and deletion both can be happened in any of the ends. That can be happened either in the front end or in the rear end. So that here insertion or a deletion can be happened by using front end, or here also insertion and deletion can be happened by making use of rear end. So this is regarding what? DQ or a double-ended queue. I hope you all understood with what is the definition of a queue and what are the basic terminologies that you must be familiar, and then we have discussed about the types of a queue, right? So now we'll see what are the operations that we can perform on the queue. That is what? Operations in queue, or operations what and all we can perform by making use of a queue. Okay, which is the first one here, that is queue. So this is a function, that is operation or a behavior we can say. So queue, when I'm using this operation, we are going to create a new queue, that is of what? Empty queue. So if I am using this operation called queue here, then that will going to create an empty queue. Now you have to add some elements into the queue. Then which operation we have to perform? That is what? NQ of item. Here you have to specify the item. It has a parameter, but it doesn't has any parameter. We are just going to have a queue as a function or an operation that will going to create a new queue that will be empty. If I want to add an item by making use of a rear end, at that time NQ of item operation has to be called. So that is what? It will going to add a new item to the rear of a queue, by making use of which end we are going to add, that is with the help of rear end. So what if I want to delete an element? For that we have one more function called DQ. Okay, so DQ, it will going to remove an element which is at the front side. So that will be the usage of this DQ. So next, what is the next operation that we have? Is empty. When you get a terminology called is, that means what? We are checking. Is empty. I'm checking. For example, consider this queue name as queue. Okay, so I'm going to check is empty of queue. What I'm checking? I'm checking is a queue called queue is empty or not. It will going to return a boolean values. Either it can be true or a false. Only two possibilities will be there. Okay. For example, here I have 10, 20 and 30. Okay, 0, 1, 2. So this indicates the rear end and this indicates the front end. I'm going to check it now whether is empty. Is this queue is empty now? No. So if it is no, then it will going to return a value called false. If I'm going to remove all the elements, if my queue is empty, then if I'm using this operation called is empty, then it will going to return a value called true. Okay, so this is the usage of this is empty. It will going to say, or it will going to test whether the queue is empty or not. The resultant will be boolean value, either true or false. If it is true, then it is empty. If it is false, then there will be some elements in the queue. So next is what? Size. So it will going to return the number of items that we have in the queue. So if we take an example of this one, size of queue. Then what is the size of queue? That is 3. We have 3 elements in the queue. So that it will going to return 3 as a values. That will going to return the number of items in the queue. Okay. So queue, NQ of item, DQ is empty. Then we have size. So this is regarding operations of a queue. So next, how we are going to represent a queue by making use of an array in the memory location. So that is what memory representation of a queue by making use of array concept. So we all know the arrays, right? That is an homogeneous collection of element. That is also an ordered collection of element. So here we are going to use single dimensional view, that is 1D array. Okay, so that it can be either in the row wise or in the column wise. So by making use of that array concept, we are going to represent how the queue will going to be look like in the memory. That is what memory representation of a queue using array. So now when you are representing a queue using an array in the memory location, now you have to understand some of the terminologies. What is queue, what is an item, what is RAID, what is friend, and what and all we are going to use, that you have to be very familiar. So we'll see now. So here queue is represented in the memory by making use of a linear array. If it is a linear array, then it has to be a single dimensional array. It can be represented either using row wise or a column wise. Okay, so Q is an ordered collection of elements. Next, so let Q is an array. So what is the name of an array here? That is what Q, and two pointer variables are going to be used. That is what friend and rare. Okay, so I am creating one Q that is of a linear array. I am creating one Q which is of the 4 elements as of now. So I am going to call this as what? Q. Okay, so next I have two pointers, one is friend and another one is rare. So now we'll see what is this friend and rare will going to do. So the pointer variable called friend will going to contains the location of the element which needs to be removed or deleted. So what is this friend pointer will going to indicate? So that indicates the element which needs to be removed. So it will going to point to a location where we want to delete an element from the queue. And what about this rare end? What it will going to do? So another pointer we have, that is what rare contains. What it contains? This contains the location of the last elements that we have inserted. So which element has been inserted at last? So that means what? It will be in the location where we want to insert a new element into the queue. So that rare element will going to specify the insertion or inserting a new element. Okay, so friend and rare. Friend in the sense, if you follow the queue. So if you follow the queue, who will be removed first? Those who are in the friend. Okay, then how we are going to join to the particular existing queue? By the back end, right? So that is the back end will going to be called as what? Rare end. So how it is removing? That is from the front end. Okay, that is the difference that you have to be remember. So the condition friend is equal to null. So now you just understand. Friend is what? That is mainly used for the deletion. What if friend is indicating null? That means what? There is no element. That is Q is empty. So remember one thing, when friend is equal to null, then that indicates Q is empty. Okay, so that indicates Q is empty. So F is equal to null. Friend is used to delete an element. If it is indicating as a null, then there is no element. If there is no element, then Q is empty. Next condition, rare is equal to n minus 1. N minus 1. Okay, consider 0, 1, 2, 3. So what is the total number of elements here? That is 4. Right? N minus 1 indicates what? 3. So, if my rare end is pointing to 3, that is what? If rare end is pointing to n minus 1, as of now it is 3. So, what it means? The queue is full. So, what it indicates? The queue is full. So, if it is indicating at the last position of a queue, can I add one more element here? No. Why? Because the queue is already filled. It is already full. That is what we are going to call that condition as what? Queue is full or queue is overflow. If there is no element in the queue, then that is what? Queue underflow. Okay. So, these are the terminologies that you have to remember. So, we'll see the example how the memory representation of a queue will going to happen by making use of an array. Okay. So, here you can see that I have created a queue. Okay. So, we have created a queue with a size 6. That means what? Up to 6 elements we can store, and its index starts with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So total number of elements are 6 and n minus 1 will going to be 5. That is what? Ultimate element that we are going to store. So as we all know that friend pointer will going to indicate the location where we are going to delete. Okay, the element which will be deleted from the queue will be indicated by this friend pointer, and the rear pointer will going to indicate the recently added element. That is what here it is indicating to the position 4, that is of the element D we can say. So now we'll see rear is equal to rear plus 1. So what it mean? What is the rear value right now? So rear is equal to, what is the rear value? That is 4. If it become rear plus 1, then that is what? 4 plus 1. Now rear is equal to 5. So now rear pointer will going to point to this location. After that, what we have? Q of rear is equal to E. So that means what? Q is the name of a queue here. Q of rear. What is the rear value right now? That is 5. So what it mean then? Q of 5 will be allocated by E. So E is a element value. Okay. So that will going to be copied here. So this is how we are going to add an element into the queue by making use of an array concept. Okay. So next we'll see another one. Item is equal to queue of friend. So here we are trying to delete an element. That is what? It is indicating queue of friend. So you can see here, what is friend pointer pointing to? That is pointing to the location 1. So what we have in 1? That is A. So now what is the item value? Item is equal to Q of friend. So that is what? Q of, what is the friend value? That is 1. So what we have in Q of 1? The element is A. So that item will be A. Item is equal to A. So now next friend is equal to friend plus 1. What it indicates? We have removed this element from the queue. Now friend pointer will going to be incremented by 1. Now it will going to point to this location. So now friend value will going to be replaced by 2 instead of this 1. Okay, so this is for addition or adding of an element, and this is for what? Removing of an element from that queue. So next, how it going to look like? Friend pointer will be moved from this position to this position. So now friend is 2 and rear will be 5. So now friend value will be 2 and rear value will be 5. Okay, after adding this E to the queue, it will become what? A, B, C, D, E. So we have deleted A. So now we have only B, C, D, E. So B, there it is indicating a friend pointer, and 5, that is the location that has an element called E, and that will be indicated by rear. Okay. So this is how the memory representation of a queue with using array concept will going to happen. So now we'll see the algorithm in order to insert an element into the queue. So that will be nothing but what? NQ. So NQ is nothing but inserting an element into the queue. So as I told, NQ is nothing but what? It is an inserting an element into the queue. So now we'll see the algorithm, what are the necessary content that we require in order to add. So here NQ is the name of a function, and we have Q. We must have Q, then rear pointer must be there, friend point must be there. So rear pointer indicates where we are going to insert a new element. Friend pointer indicates the pointer which will going to give the location of an element from where we are deleting. Then we require item, the item which is needs to be inserted into the queue. So that queue is the array with n elements. So it can have any number of elements that indicated by n elements. Then friend is the pointer that contains the location of the element to be deleted. So friend pointer will be going to give the location of an element where we want to delete. So next we have a rear pointer that indicates the location of the element to be inserted. So next item is the element to be inserted. So friend pointer, rear pointer, and we have a item that will going to happen with Q. So the operation is called NQ. So we'll see the step-by-step algorithm in order to illustrate an algorithm for adding of an element into the queue. So what we have in step 1? So first we have to check. If I am trying to insert a new element into the queue, I have to check it out whether queue has a space or not. That is what we are going to call that as. So that is what we are going to check the condition whether queue is overflow or not. So we'll see if rare is equal to n minus 1, then print queue is full or overflow. First we have to check the overflow condition. So let me take one queue. Okay, 0, 1, 2 and the elements are 10, 20, 30. So now friend will going to be point here and rare is pointing this position. Okay, so rare is equal to n minus 1. So what is rare now? Rare is equal to n minus 1. First we know the n value. How many elements we have? We have 3 elements. So n value is 3. N minus 1, that becomes 2. So where rare pointing is pointing to? That is pointing to the last element of a queue. So that if our rare is equal to n minus 1. Is it true here? Yes, it is true. Why? Because this rare is pointing to the last element of the queue. That means what? We don't have any space in order to add a new element into the queue. So that what? It will going to print queue is full or overflow. So we cannot add any element to the existing queue. Why? Because there is no space. So that it will going to print queue is full or overflow. Okay, this is regarding step 1. If it is true, then it will exit and we have to end the if condition. So in step 2, what we are going to do? We are going to check. Are we having any empty element or do we have any empty queue? So that friend is equal to null. So just consider I have 2 elements but I haven't inserted any of the element into the queue. Okay, this location become this one. So now friend is equal to null. Do we have any element in the 0th position here? No. That means what? Friend is null. So if the friend is null, if it is true, then friend is also 0 and rare is also initialized to 0. So that means what? It will going to have only one element, which is that we are checking whether friend and rare both are pointing to the same location. So that means what? We are going to check whether queue is empty. When the queue will be empty? When friend is equal to null. If there is no element to be there in order to delete. So if there is no element to delete, in the sense what? Queue is empty. If it is true, then friend pointer and rare pointer both will going to be assigned by 0. Okay. What if it become false? For example, I have created array. I have created queue which is of array. So that is what? 10, 20. Okay. If this friend is not equal to null. So that means what? Here it is indicating the 0th position. It has an element called 10. Okay. When this condition become false, at that time it will come here rare is equal to rare plus 1. So where was the rare? So now it was here itself. So this rare will going to be incremented by 1. So that means what? It will going to create one more space for the element to be inserted. So now rare become 1. It was initially it was 1. Now it will going to point to this position. Now rare become 2. Okay. So next, queue of rare is equal to item. So I want to add an item called 30 into the queue. So now queue of rare. So what is the queue of rare? What is the rare value right now? That is pointing to this position. So it become what? Queue of 2. So queue of 2 is equal to 30. That means what? 30 will going to be copied to second location. So now it becomes 30. Getting? That means what? We have added a new element into the stack by incrementing the pointer of rare. So that rare pointer will going to indicates the location where we are going to insert a new element into the queue. So when we increment it, it will going to create one space. So in that space, we are going to add a new item into the existing stack. So now after adding or after copying the content of item to the queue of rare pointer, we are going to return. Okay, so this is how the algorithm will going to be work for in order to insert an element into a queue. That is what we are going to call that as enqueue. An algorithm for deletion. So deletion is nothing but dequeue, removing of an element from the queue. We are going to call that as what? Deletion. When we cannot delete an element, when there is no element in the queue, then we cannot delete an element from the queue. So here we are using a function called dequeue, and I require queue, rare, friend and item. So queue is nothing but what? That is the name of a queue with n elements. It can have any number of elements, and this friend pointer will going to point to the location of an element to be deleted, and rare will going to point to the location where the element has to be inserted. Then item is the element to be deleted when it comes to the algorithm of deletion. When the item will be called as to be inserted when we are working with inserting an element into the queue. So now if I am referring item, that indicates an item or an element that needs to be deleted. Okay, so we'll see the first step. If friend is equal to null. So here I have a queue. Let me create 0, 1, 2. Okay, so friend is indicating here, but what we are checking in the first step, if friend is equal to null. Is friend value is null here? Yes. So if it is true, then what we have to print? Queue is empty or underflow. How we are going to delete an element from the queue? If there is no element, then we are going to call that condition as what? Queue is empty or underflow. Then we are going to exit and we are going to end this if condition. So next, what if we have some element in the queue? We'll see. Consider this one itself, 10, 20, 30. I have three elements called 10, 20, 30, which is in the location 0, 1, 2 respectively, and friend pointer is pointing to the location 0, which has an element called 10. Okay, the item value is 10 here. So now item is equal to queue of friend. What we have in queue of friend? Queue of friend. What is the friend value here? That is 0. So queue of 0. So what we have in queue of 0? That is what? 10. That will be assigned as item. Item is equal to 10 now. So next, if friend is equal to rare. If both is pointing to the same location. So now already I have deleted an element which is at the queue friend. So now what and all we have here? That is what? We have only 20 and 30. Okay, 1, 2. So whatever is there in 0, that has been removed. Now it is pointing to this location. Okay, so we have 3 spaces, but we have only 2 elements, that is 20 and 30 in the location 1 and 2. Friend is pointing to the location called 1. So I am going to check if friend is equal to rare. That is what? If both are indicating to same thing. Let me delete this one, then you will get to know that condition. So now I am going to delete one more item, that is 20. Okay, so now what is friend pointer? That is queue of 1. Queue of 1 is nothing but 20. So now I have deleted this 20. Now I have only one element called 30. So this indicates rare, right? So when rare and friend both are indicating to the same position, we'll see. So when it is indicating the same position, then what will going to happen? If friend is equal to rare, then friend is equal to null, rare is equal to null. So what we are going to do? If it is indicating the same, rare and friend both are indicating to the same end, that means that we have only one element in a queue. Very, very important question. When friend and rare both are indicating to the same location, then we have only one element in the queue. So now what it becomes? Friend is equal to null, rare is equal to null. That means what? Whatever the value is there, that will be removed. Okay, or else friend will be incremented to next location. So if it is not at the edge or if it is not at this point, consider if we have one more element, then friend will be incremented by 1, then it will going to delete an element called 40. Once it is deleted this 30. Okay, this is what the deletion or removing of an element from the queue with the help of friend end. So now if it is true, then it won't come here. Otherwise if we have only one element, that means what? If both front and rear indicating both same location, then whatever is the element will be there in that location, that will be removed, then front become null and rear become null. So we have removed a complete element. Now Q will become what? Empty. So now, or else front will be incremented by 1. If there we have any other element in the next location, that will going to be removed. So now it will come out of the loop, that is what? Return. Getting? So we have to check whether we have an element in order to delete, or else we have to check whether this pointing to the first location of an element which needs to be deleted. So this will going to be work like this. This is the algorithm in order to delete an element from the queue. And this algorithm for insertion, that is NQ, and deleting an element from the queue, that is what? DQ. These two are very, very important for 5-mark question. An algorithm is very, very important. Okay. So now we'll see the applications of queues. Where and all we are going to use these queues? We'll see now. This can be used for the simulation and various features of operating system. Operating system is nothing but what? That is main concern is about what? CPU's working time. It will going to very conscious about the CPU's time. That can be handled by making use of this queue concept. Okay, that is related what? Various features of operating system will going to follow this queue methodology. That means what? First in, first out. So which instruction comes first, that has to be processed first. Then it has to give the result back. So in that way, some of the various features of an operating system can be implemented by making use of this queue. So next, multi-programming platform system. We can use the queue concepts in the multi-programming platform system. We have 4 types of queue. By making use of any type of the queue, we can get the benefit of this multi-programming platform. Okay, almost it is related to our operating system itself. So for the scheduling of an instruction to be executed, or scheduling and to perform or to make the efficient use of the CPU's time and all, we are going to use this queue concepts there. Okay, so different types of scheduling algorithm. So mainly in order to maintain the CPU's time, we are going to have some of the scheduling algorithms. For that purpose also, we are going to use this queue concept. Then round robin technique algorithm. So in order to get the CPU's processing time, that means in order to get the attention from the CPU, in order to process the instruction, then we are going to use some of the scheduling algorithms. There we are going to use the concept called queues. Then printer server routines, then various application software that is mainly meant for what particular purpose. So their application software is also some of that based on the queue data structure. That is what? First in, first out methodology. How we are going to insert an instruction, how it will be processed, how it will be deleted, everything will going to matters a lot. For all these purpose, we are going to use a queue concept. I hope you all understood with the queue concept. What is queue and what are the types of queue we have, what are the operation it will going to perform, what is NQ, what is DQ, and what is regarding its algorithm, and we are going to discuss regarding that what applications of a queue. I hope it will be helpful for you, all of you. So let me meet you in the next session with a continuation of this chapter itself. Until that, keep learning, keep on growing. Thank you.